Hello guys, it's Fluffy here from the Let's Play Gamers Union, and today we're going to be talking about what you see on your screen right now, Drifblim. This guy is the Baton Pass King. If you don't know what Baton Pass does, it's basically just switching out, except for you keep all your stat changes. This guy can be a monster with him. So as you see, we have Baton Pass. That's a definitely needed move if you're going to run the Baton Pass Drifblim. Now, I have Minimize up there. Some people don't like Minimize as a move, so you can take that out if you want, but Minimize, in my opinion, is a great move. It sets you up so they can't hit you. If it gets off, you are golden, basically. But you could switch it out for either of the next four moves I'm about to tell you. So Calm Mind. Calm Mind is also a great move. It boosts your special attack and special defense. If there's any other special threat on the board, then you should definitely be able to start Calm Minding it up, and if they don't carry Calm Mind, they won't be able to keep up. They'll have to switch into something physical. Also, Stockpile. That raises both your defense and special defense one stage. Now, you can only use Stockpile 3 times. That hurts you a little bit, but it's okay. By 3, you're probably going to want to Baton Pass out anyways. It really helps you when you're going on the defensive. Stockpile is a very good move for the set. I run it on my Drifblim myself. The next move is Substitute. Substitute is one of my favorite moves of all time. The Substitute will drain a fourth of your HP, but will create just basically a doll that sits in front of you and will soak up damage for you until it dies. And it basically just has a fourth of your normal HP. Now, why it's so good is if they were to do a move that would, say, KO you in one shot, well, the Substitute would just take the KO, and the extra damage would just go nowhere, and you'd be safe for that. That plus Minimize equals if they actually hit the Substitute, and then you also have Stockpile, they might not even kill the Substitute. So you're just going to be sitting there, doing whatever you're doing, and then you can Baton Pass out with your Stockpile, your Substitute, your Minimize, and then whoever you go into, probably going to be an offensive guy, is just going to destroy because the Minimize is going to be hard to hit them. If they do hit them, the Stockpile is not going to do much damage, and it's just going to hit the Substitute. It's very good. Also, Swagger. I have Swagger, and that's actually mainly one that I would replace Minimize with. It sharply raises the foe's attack, but it also makes the foe confused. Now, this is very good. You can use it on special opponents. The Swagger, when they get confused by it, it sharply raises their attack. And if you know anything about confusion, the higher your attack is, the more damage confusion does. Yeah, it's gonna hurt a lot if they hit themselves in their confusion. A lot. Let's move on to Drifblim's item. I gave it the Salakberry. It raises your speed when you're at 1/4 or less health. The way I run Drifblim, he doesn't have great defenses. Now, normally he can tank a hit because I have all my EVs into HP. There's as many as I can possibly have. You can usually tank a hit, but it'll usually leave him at 1/4 or less health. Now, that's very good because your Unburden and your Salakberry are going to activate. Salakberry activates when you have a 1/4 or less health. You're going to gain a speed stage, meaning if you're not already faster than your opponent, you are probably going to be. Unburden does the same thing. When you use your berry, you're going to gain speed. Now you're really fast. You have your Minimizes, you have your defense up with Stockpile, and you have the Substitute. And now all I have to do is Baton Pass, but since you're really fast, they're not going to be able to outspeed you. That's why I run Salakberry. There's a ton of other different berries that do the same thing, except for with different stats. You can experiment with those if you like. I like to do the Salakberry because you go faster. There's even a berry that will sharply raise a random stat, so it'll raise your speed by 2 stages if you get lucky. Or it could raise a different stat that you don't care about. But that's the good thing about Baton Pass. It lets you pick who you want to go into. So say you have an especially offensive guy you're waiting to go into, but you have that berry, and it sharply raises your attack. You can just switch into a different guy that's an offensive guy, and it'll do the same thing. So Drifblim has a ton of utility he can use in him. For my EVs, I have 252 in HP and 252 in speed. Also have 4 in defense to help boost his pretty bad defense. I have him being a timid nature, which really helps out with your speed. Drifblim will outspeed a lot of things with this, which is very good for it. So this set right here is just a one set you could possibly use for Drifblim. It's the Baton Pass set. It's my favorite set for Drifblim. There's tons of other sets. If you want to see me do any more sets, comment below, like the video, subscribe. If you want to see me do any other Pokemon, make a setup for them. That's fine. Comment below or tell me. I'll do it. If you want me to do a review of your set for Drifblim or any Pokemon, just comment below and tell me. Anyways, don't forget to comment, subscribe, and thanks for watching, guys.